Well, good morning. We're having the ambassador with us again this morning. We got a message from the Red Dragon regarding the events that are coming up as far as Mars coming in the closest proximity to the Earth. It will next be there something in 22 something, so over 2,000 years from now will be the next time Mars will be as close as it will be this week. And also we want to talk today about the plan of the elite to reduce the world's population to 1/3 of what it is now, which means 2/3 of the people on Earth that they plan to eliminate one way or another. And it's about reconciling with our God, the creator of the universe, about forgiveness and unity with the people of God, protection of the Holy Spirit and the angels, and taking possession of the land. And I will add our rights, although he doesn't say that in his message to me. But the ambassador has asked to be able to address you again, and I'm going to let the ambassador now take over on these points, starting with perhaps the plan of the world's elite to fulfill Bible prophecy by reducing the population of the planet to 1/3 of what it is now.
Yes, good day, Ron, and good day, listener. This is an important week I think, for humanity. We have seen and see all over the world a lot of menace, a lot of violence and criminality, and from all sides and shape or forms of horrific events. At the same time, the humankind are being affected in a very negative manner by both with people and other energies. This is one of the reasons people has to realize is that, like I stated from the beginning, and sometimes I'm repeating myself because the reason for that is that unfortunately humans has a memory that is not very long. It's like one elder once said is that they have a memory like a goldfish, and sometimes you need to repeat yourself over and over again so that people understand what we try to say. Also, at the same time, it is another problem is that it's a lot of people that may become new into the show or new into the program that didn't hear the original message. Okay, it's like this is what we're going to start talking about soon also, which is called the deceivers and the deceptions that is on the market and on the planet. And I was specially instructed, okay, to engage you because we saw that you had a true intention and that you didn't alterate information. Sometimes maybe you misquote some here and there, but it's not intentionally done. Okay. In some cases, you have people that claims to represent us, okay, who purposely deceive people, purposely misguide people. And because of people has a very short memory span, and maybe people also come new into these things, doesn't remember the time when people were stating that they were the chosen people and selected by others, and was this and this and that, and then suddenly, these particular people, having a different type of story today. And the thing is this way, is that we have to realize one thing, okay? And this is what we try to give in our speech. We try to talk about the personal consequences, okay, of the person's actions, that they are the basically road to evil and good. They are the ones that can intervene. They are the one that can basically decide the fate of themselves and also for the rest of humanity. The world decided on the, pushing from the religious establishment, the Vatican and other religious leaders, that they should have a depopulation plan that is, okay, sanctioned and approved by God. Now, the question is this way that you can ask yourself is that who are these people that can take this type of decision on others? Who is these people that can do this type of treaties? And the worst thing of it all is that they did this treaties and they put the depopulation plan in United Nations and they put it up in your face. And most people have it straight in their face and they don't see it.
Exactly.
and no one do anything about it. Okay, because they think always that someone else will do it for them. Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem with people. When you look at the message from people, you can see that unfortunately, it's like I stated. I told many people, repent. I told the people to remit and surrender. I told the people to follow the truth. Instead, what they do is continue with their lies and continue with their deception. It just gets worse and worse and worse. The state of the people, and I warned them, I said, listen, do not continue this way, because then sooner or later I have to expose you people. And if you look yourself in the mirror, turn around and look at yourself and see who you are. Do not deceive people anymore. Okay? Now, the thing is this way, is that we have this treaty that everyone has approved. And because, the slaves are not needed anymore. And, they have not succeeded to come up to this certain level that, that the other ones believe that they are in. And so they are expendable. And, as a decision that they did for your own good.
And this is 2/3 of the population that they would like to eliminate. Actually,
yes, of course.
Georgia Guidestones bring it down to more than that. They want
yes, but but the people wanted to keep it according to the Bible. So, this is what I try to tell you, is that people need to realize one thing, that religions in itself is a satanic thing. Okay? Now, not spiritual worship and believing in God is not, but organized religion is satanic. And when people try to, control people by religion and try to, like I state, fulfill prophecies by themselves, let things take its own natural course. No. We have to help God. No, we do not need to help God. What people need to realize is, like I stated many times, is that, I see the fear mongering, the hate building, the ignorance of people. People says that, maybe the ambassador is ignorant too. Yes, maybe I do not know everything, and this is what I stated before, but I at least do my research, and at least I try to do my best to see the truth. But most people are not even capable of doing that. People are discrediting people, claiming, if you're an African, you're not good, or if you're an Indian, you're not good. And, am I good if I'm European? Am I good if I'm an American? You understand? This type of racism, this type of things that divide people, is the lower frequencies of humanity that has been created and programmed by the cabal for years and years and years and years and years. Now, it's the same thing. People say that, when the funds going to be released? Okay, what are you talking about? When did the stop to be released?
Explain that to the people, what you've explained to me many times.
Yes, just now to try to awaken the people in the United States to understand what I'm talking about. United States have a $15 trillion debt. Who do you think you owe this money to? Who do you think is the collateral for that loan? Okay? You're having to realize that when you receive your food stamps, when you receive social welfare, when you see your infrastructure, the roads you're driving on, the buildings that you live, where do you think this funds comes from? Or when is the Dragon family going to release the funds? They've been releasing funds for thousands of years. What the problem is today is that many of these organizations that are there to help people, like, for example, yes, funds was released, 100 million to help with Ebola cases through the World Health Organization.
Which China. Is a cabal organization, by the way.
Yes. I mean, you have, unfortunately, cabal influence in every single country almost of the world. And many of the so-called countries which they say is outside the boundary, I believe sometimes they are even more cabal than the ones that are not. the problem is this way: evil exists everywhere, on every single place on the planet. Now the question is, how are we going to be able to overcome evil? That's by their own personal awakening to realize that we are actually the ones that decides the way this planet will go. One way is to turn to God and pray and ask for forgiveness and basically ask for support and change your ways. Look yourself in the mirror. Am I a good person? Okay. I don't really care, as I stated many times, what people think about me, because I'm not here to build up my own audience. One day I'm here I'm instructed to give a message. As you know, you have been speaking to some of the other entities, so you know that it's not like a one-man show here, okay, with some puppets, okay. Now, the important thing here is that people has to realize that funds are being released all the time. The thing that I've been trying to tell people is that what is being done is that certain things are being sponsored and project funded, directly infused without the normal structures, to make sure that things done during the transition time of the creation of a new alternative system that's going to replace the old. But then you have the people that wants to create a terrible situation that's going to either destroy that plan or at the same time slow down and delay the plan. Okay, and that's the tactic that's been gone. Now you have some ignorant people, getting scared that the Clintons and other people are taking the dragon's money and the gold as well. People has been trying to steal family money for centuries. Okay, and they have not been very successful. Money do not disappear; it only change owner. Okay, and no one worries about this type of thing unless you have your own personal financial interest in anything. Okay, the family people and organization underneath the families completely in control, and people you not need to get worried. No one going to be able to hijack or steal anything from the family. Okay, and this cabal people, they have to submit because they have to abide to their creator, and they have to abide to their master. They are slaves too, and if they cannot enlighten people in a good way, so that we really have to eliminate people, what makes you people worthy to be a part of being raptured supposedly? Okay, now the people has to wake up. Deception and lies has to stop. The media has to stop with their desertions and their lies and the hidden of the truths. They have to report the things in the proper way. The government official people should surrender and start doing the job for the people. The agencies that belongs to the people should work for the people, not for the corporates. And people need to take responsibility for their own actions. Okay? Now, we can all believe in a big band-aid situation. What's your plan? I'm asking you. What's your plan yourself? You people talking about that we're gonna release 6 million to every single person on the planet. Is this the solution to the problem? Now, you ask yourself that very simple question: is that the solution to the problem? Now, the other thing that people should ask themselves is that, the people that claims that they're working and doing things on behalf of us and so on, how come that they don't know anything about the system? How come that they don't know anything what's really going on? I have stated many times, I'm not here to give reports to people what's happening. I said we have other people that gives reports, like Benjamin and other people in the world that gives reports what's supposed to happening. But the reports that is given by to people, and you have some other alternative media too. But the thing is this: the reports that is given to people, okay, should not be deceptive. Yes, some things maybe it's not needed for a common man to know, but the wrong information that scares and fear up people and deceive people is not needed. You have Karen Huggins, for example, who states that Neil Keenan is a liar and he's basically deceiving the people, instating the dragon family own these things. They have nothing to do with it. It seems to me that Kenneth Hughes has not read the, the World Bank documentations and how the splitting of the funds and deviations of funds and who owns the funds.
Yeah, and the Dragon family is one of the significant owners according to their own World Bank documents.
Yes.
I've seen them myself.
Yeah. So the problem is this way. And the same thing here. If I would be, you have seen some of the things that I've been doing. Would that help for me to start showing different type of gold bags and coins and currencies and stuff like that? Does that gonna change? Is this gonna make the people there in the Oprah Winfrey world of people? Would that make you guys more happy and think that's the solution? Okay. The problem here is very simple. Okay. We need to get out of Disneyland and get back to reality. Okay. The reality is that we're having a lot of people around us that is deceiving. What's your intent? You're doing it for your own personal good, or you're doing it for the good of the people? You should go to buy the truth. Look yourself in the mirror and look at the truth. Okay, what's the truth? What is your attention? Submit yourself and do the right thing. And that is to all the people involved in this battle against ignorance. And when people realize that the battle really is at ignorance, and that we need to create an educational system, that we need to create a real system that the people can spend time with their families. So
and
that
real media that tells the truth, not the spin.
Exactly. But this is what I'm trying to tell people. People doesn't have families, so they join gangs and join the military and other type of things to find a family, to find guidelines. People need to spend time with their families. They need to be involved in their communities. They need to take charge in their life and take control of their life. Okay? And they need to, what's called, turn themselves in, instead of fighting and arguing. I do not like to argue and attack other people. Okay? But you and me, are receiving continuously disturbed, distressed people who is being worried about this, worried about that. And some people have good intentions. Some people is completely confused. Some people is aggressive. Some people are, are also good and also positive, and it is also awakened. Okay, you have also a positive and you also have a negative in everything. Okay, and then you have all these people there that is saying, oh, it's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow all the money will be released and we're going to be multimillionaires. And next day we're going to have this, we're going to have that, and now is the bond redemption, and now is this, and now is that. What I know that some people became upset with me when I told them the truth. Okay, the thing is this way: if this would be happening in some shape or form, I'm not a God. I don't know everything. You understand? Does that look reasonable? Does that look like that is something that is feasible? How many times have you people not said that it's happening tomorrow, it's happening tonight?
Yeah,
For how many years?
I've been reading that set for at least, 13 years, since 2001.
Yeah. The problem is it is private individuals and corporations that is using this type of thing to use as a Ponzi scheme to deceive people and fool them. People that's running after so-called elders, or running after so-called keepers, and don't know the difference, and running after to take accounts that these people have no control of, surrendering this, surrendering that, doing this and that, and trading on the heritage accounts and all the other things that not supposed to be able to be done on these accounts. This is the people that wants to guide us in the path to a new, better world, who doesn't even know how the system works, and also at the same time doesn't seem to have anything else than just absorbed by their own egos. We have to wake up as humans, and I hope that you people are listening to it and you know who I'm talking to when I'm talking to it. I'm just tired of all of you, okay? And I really pray and hope that you people will be awakened and repent, okay, and become better, and actually join the war against ignorance, and join the war to to set humanity free. But unfortunately, the level of the people, we need to take charge. You know, this treaty is here. Okay, this is reality. Wake up, research.
And the
What you
treaty
guys,
you're talking about again is the depopulation agreement.
yes. So my question is, what you guys gonna do about it? You're gonna sit still and hope for the rapture? What you gonna do about it? Now that's a very simple question. What you guys gonna do about it? What is you guys gonna do about taking charge over your own life and change? You guys can join us in the prayer tomorrow and join us in the battle against ignorance and do the best we can to not in any way, in shape or form, what's called support or silently support by doing nothing, okay, this type of criminals. Take charge of your life, take charge of your own economies, and rest assured the funds has been released and has been released for thousands of years and will continue to be released. But the form that it will be released in the future, hopefully, will be better for humanity. And also at the same time, don't worry, the dragon, still is control over the gold and still is control over the assets as long as this planet exists. Okay, and we do not worry about anyone taking it from us. And but as the leprechaun doesn't like when it steals its gold. Okay, and the same thing is with the dragon. Okay, but the difference is that the dragon blows fire. Okay, and this is just a warning to all of these people who's trying to play around and play games and misinform and do bad things in relation to these things. These assets are protected by, the spirits and protected by God and by the people that is chosen to be the protector of the assets of humanity. And it should be used for the good of humanity and not to promote a new wealthy elite and not to create new millionaires that wants to rule over others. We want to set humanity free. We want to set people free from this financial tyranny that we are in today. And we want to set the people free from enslavement and ignorance. And I hope that we're all going to be able to join this board together and work in a positive form. I'm sorry that today I'm, a little bit more, maybe what's called harsh in my tone. But I think that's maybe the way that I need to speak sometimes for that some other people will be able to take the frequencies to understand what we try to say. Okay.
You mentioned to me yesterday, although we only talked briefly because I was in the workshop all weekend, but you were directed or led to watch a movie, which is something you don't usually do, and it was about the Hobbit, which of course was J.R.R. Tolkien's story, the Narnia Tales. I believe I'm saying it correctly. But there was a point that you made about the dragons in that. Do you want to just reiterate that, and anybody that's interested might want to go back and watch the movie for themselves?
Yes, it's quite funny. I do not watch movies, and after I was watching these movies, I was telling you and some other people about it. It was quite interesting. It's a story basically about a midget or a dwarf that basically is the dwarf king that collect all this gold in the mountain. And basically the mountain has a very important meaning for the family. And it's where the assets most of the time are in the legends are stored. Okay, and basically all these assets became too much energy, and after a while, basically this dragon came, and when people were blowing the horn or the shofars there to warn the people, and basically took out the cities, and the people had to leave that land, and basically the dragon went into the mountain and basically took over the gold. Okay, and then you had all these other entities that basically were fighting with these dwarves and the Hobbit and in relations to the prophecy of a crow, and also the that were now being seen. And for us, we understand what does it mean. It's quite almost like some family person was doing that type of movie. But the important thing is that basically in the end there, that they had this evil group of entities that was having them what's called by the cliff. Basically came eagles and raptured these people and were taking them against the mountain. But then you see an image there of a gold, and suddenly you see that the head of a dragon comes up and the eye comes up. So basically, still at the end, still the gold is in the hands of the dragon. I mean, that's the end of that movie. Now the important thing is here is, like I state, is that we all have to realize one thing is that the custodianship of this asset is not from yesterday. It has been going on for thousands of years, and the people that has done this thing has been doing this for all these years too, and they have been involved in many things. It has been a lot of wars, been having even few world wars, and this asset still has been protected, and it's divinely protected. At the same time, it's protected by the people entrusted to protect as well for the people and for humanity. And I believe that the supreme creator have a plan, as well as the family heads, okay, has a plan for humanity and will set humanity free. But like I stated before, we have to look at it as baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. But when it comes to our freedom, when it comes to our lives, okay, I don't believe that it's benefiting us to sit on our asses and complain. We need to take charge, and take charge of our lives, and take charge of our economies, and take charge of our own awareness, and to take charge of our own governments. And that's if we don't do that, and we don't take personal responsibility, then I'm telling you that I believe that this plan that was agreed on for your own best, according to them, most likely will be happening. And that's also the important thing, that when you look at this particular event here now with the planetary situation, everyone knows that when it's full moon, it's been proven that crime rates goes higher and other things are happening. It becomes more violent. If I believe that this is also probably the case now when you see with Mars, because at the same time you see violence and ignorance and hate and things pouring up all over the world, and volcanoes and earthquakes and diseases and wars and rumors of wars and internal fighting and aggression and arguments. And it's sad that we even have to have this type of discussions that we have today, but unfortunately people need to wake up. You have to look at the reality. Will you be accepted to be submitted and killed because you didn't do anything? So if you have family, I think you should take charge of your own lives, and we have to stop this oppression and ignorance now. Okay, that's my advice and prayer. But you people are the ones that decide your own fate, and I hope that everyone will be awakened and that people will join us in this prayer by tomorrow, all of us.
Now, when you say tomorrow, of course, it's Monday right now when we're recording this. This is going to be the video for Tuesday. So are we talking, I think it was 12:30 a.m. Hong Kong time that Mars was going to be visible as almost a second moon in the sky in Hong Kong. So I'm saying that for people to adjust the time. Is that your understanding? Am I telling it like am I?
Yes, that's correct. And also, how big the moon and in comparison with Mars will be. That's that's something that we will see ourselves. You understand what I mean?
Well, I imagine it will have some dependency on where you are on the planet as well.
Yeah. Yes, and also size of a thing is not what's different. It's the effect of its closeness to us that is important. Okay,
Okay.
and we already see the effects of it. And I have been sitting in many times. I was watching before in the past when it comes to certain type of comets and stuff like that. That in some portion of the world you could see them clearly during the night times. In some other portions you didn't see them at all. Understand? And also, of course, it has to do with visibility also. So let's see. I gonna be excited to see what I can see, at least the portion of the world that I will be few hours later than what Hong Kong will be. But the important thing is to keep the focus on the praying session and the intent of the praying, and for us to keep the focus and basically asking God and the angels and everyone to assist in this battle that we have to set humanity free and to protect the earth and protect its inhabitants. And when I say inhabitants, I don't only mean humans, I mean also our other species that's on the planet. And we need to preserve this planet that we received, and we have to stop this stupid nature that only humans has in wanting to, kill its own offsprings and their own family members. And let's try to wake up from this ignorance and primitive behaviors, and work for setting humanity free, and work together to live in all together in prosperity. And that's basically what is 555. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Again, we're looking for reconciliation with our Creator, forgiveness of ourselves and each other, unity with all the people of God. Who are the people of God? All of us. All of us. And protection from the Holy Spirit and from the angels, and possess not only the land, but the land of our own being, the temple of our own being where God dwells. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for requesting this additional video and communication with the people of the world from the family. I appreciate your friendship and addressing issues for all of us to have a better awareness. And so,
and also the last word will be that don't worry, people. The Clintons or the cabal will not take for gold. Okay.
thank you and namaste.
It will stay with the dragon. Bless you all. Bye bye.